A thing called $1 Million Morning, because I tell people, hey, if I give you $1 million, how would you feel? And they start going, oh my God, that'd be unbelievable. Well, what if you couldn't wake up tomorrow? They'd be like, well, of course not. Then it wouldn't be worth anything. So you value waking up more than $1 million? They're like, well, of course. So how come you don't act the same every day you wake up? And they go, wow, I never thought of that.
Okay, the OG bomb dropper, dude. Tell me how Brad Lea became Brad Lea. I think we all see you now, but how'd you get to this place in your life where you're at the top?
Well, number one, I'm not at the top. I hate to break it to you. I believe in reality, my ability to sell. That's it. Like I was thinking about what I'm going to talk about, because with the name Success Unleashed, how do we unleash that? So I started thinking back, how did I unleash it? And what is the main contributing factor for it? And it's the ability to sell, close, and persuade, for sure. And then secondarily, I think it really clicked when I stopped worrying so much about myself and started worrying about helping other people.
I love that.
It's crazy, but
you think people that are watching right now should focus more on mindset, motivation? What do you think is the key indicator for people to start with that are trying to move up and make it happen?
Well, motivation is temporary. So I wouldn't really focus on it. It's nice to have, but it kind of temporarily motivates you.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't focus on motivation. I would focus on discipline. You know, there's only three things: mindset, skill set, habits. So if you don't have the right mindset, you're probably not going very far. If you have the right mindset, but you're not very good at anything, you're probably not going very far. And if you have the right mindset and you're really talented and really good, but your habits are terrible, you're probably not going anywhere.
Right.
You just focus on the mindset, skill set, and habits. And those three things, you're unstoppable.
Nice.
And the first one is mindset, though, because again, a lot of people's problem is their self-limiting beliefs.
So who does Brad Lea look up to? Who's your crew when you need help, when you're having a day off or whatever? Who do you run with? Who do you look up to?
You know, that's a good question.
Because we all have bad days, even some of the best. So I'm like, who's your Brad Lea?
Well, again, I mean, believe it or not, bro, I believe as long as I wake up, it's a good day.
Amen.
It may not be as good as the day before.
Right.
Might not be as good as tomorrow, but it's a good day. I don't believe in bad days unless you don't wake up. I have a thing called $1 Million Morning, because I tell people, hey, if I give you $1 million, how would you feel? And they start going, oh my God, that'd be unbelievable. Well, what if you couldn't wake up tomorrow? They'd be like, well, of course not. Then it wouldn't be worth anything. So you value waking up more than $1 million? They're like, well, of course. So how come you don't act the same every day you wake up? And they go, wow, I never thought of that. Because most people aren't putting gratitude into it.
Got it.
So, but yeah, a bad day per se. What do I do? Who do I go to?
Who do you reach out to? Who's your Brad Lea? If something's off and you can't get yourself back, who's your boy? Who's your girl? Who's your person that you lean on to course correct?
You know, there's a couple of friends.
Okay.
You know, I think everyone's kind of a mentor by the definition of the word, because I learn from my kids. I learn from friends. I learn from family, and I learn from strangers. You know, so I think everyone's my mentor. So I don't want to say mentors, but I got a few friends that are, you know, a little bit wiser in business that I occasionally will call and run stuff by. But mainly, I don't really call anybody.
Yeah. It's good.
I mean, I believe that you're your answer, and who are you going to call? You know, you might call for a little guidance and information. On occasion, I'll do, or I'll try. But mainly, the answer is looking back at you at the mirror. You just got to reflect. You got to go spend some time alone.
Yeah, get it. Last question. So a lot of people right now in this economy are struggling. I think what they don't have is perspective. You mentioned earlier about the $1 Million Morning and the trade-off of the money versus opening your eyes.
Yeah.
What tip would you give people that are watching that are going through a troubling economy that have perspective and they're looking at it on down versus looking at opportunity?
Well, I bring it back to understanding the value of gratitude. If you base it in gratitude, it's hard not to. You know, perspective shifts when you apply gratitude. Like when I wake up, I used to think, man, I got bills to pay, my car payment's due, I got this to do, I got that to do. And then when I started realizing how valuable waking up was, it shifted my perspective to where now I get to make my car payment. I get to figure it out.
Yeah.
Imagine if I kicked in your door, walked up to your whole family, had a gun to their head, and said, I'm going to blow their heads off no matter what you do. And you're freaking out. You're trying to tell me. And I said, listen, you're going to have to go to work. Well, would you be okay with that? Anything I told you would be nothing.
Right.
And you would do it happily.
Right.
So unfortunately, people need to be pushed to the extreme to understand that.
But gratitude helps the perspective.
Well, gratitude's the opposite. Like, you don't have to go get cancer and freaking die and all this major shit. Just go the opposite and go to gratitude, because gratitude shifts your perspective also.
Yeah.
When I wake up and realize, man, I'm lucky to be alive. I get to go work out. I get to go to work. I get to figure out my problems and challenges. I get to do it.
It's good, man. That's a good experience. I tell everybody when I get in that down moment, all I got to do, I've been to jail twice. And I'm like, dude, you've been in jail? It'll change your perspective quickly. I've never been so thankful. That's it, just twice. I've only gotten caught twice. That's it. So that's why. But I'm like, dude, I favor a warm shower now. I favor clean sheets. And so that perspective, hopefully you don't have to go to the dark side to appreciate the bright side. But when you have that, I think you can flip it really quick. And so if somebody can get ahead of it with the gratitude piece, I think it's a winner.
100%.
Cool.
Here's how everybody gets what they want. Give a little tidbit to your peeps.
Bring it.
Number one, figure out what it is, which, believe it or not, sounds easy. That's the hardest part. Figure out what it is you actually want. Number two, everyone thinks is the hard part. Figure out how to get it. Everyone's like, well, that's the hard part. No, that's the easy part, because all you have to do is figure out who's already got it, who's already done it, and then do that work, which is number three, do the work. Because at the end of the day, like action causes like result. So if you see something you want, figure out, decide, and commit to it. To find out how is you find someone who's done it. Do what they did, and more than likely you'll get what they got. It's not rocket science. People just don't want to pay the price.
Right.
People don't understand. Your new life will cost you your old one.
Right. Well, people are going to pay the price one way or the other. It's just which way they're going to go.
And are they willing?
That's it.
I say that all the time, dude. Everything has a price. Are you willing to pay it? That's the question.
That's it.
And a lot of times the answer is no. And I tell people, well then, take off the jersey.
Right.
Or get in the game.
That's it.
Pay the price or...
Dude, appreciate you. This is amazing. I know you're going to pop on stage, so thank you for doing this, man.